Good morning, everyone. Definitely a beautiful start. Taking a look at the city of Big Spring, working with a little bit of those kind of high-level clouds this morning, but we do see a little bit more of that sky into the forecast. Radar is nice and clear with some clouds slowly starting to try to come in from the west. More of those kind of mid to high-level clouds that could put a small damper into some temperatures. But I think for the most part, we'll have some increasing clouds gradually as we go in throughout much of the day, with temperatures across the board. 56 in Odessa, with 59 out into Midland, with a little bit more of those 60s into Fort Davis this morning. Walking out the door, not even too bad into the big country of Contra Valley. Rather chilly in Eastland, 43 degrees. That is actually quite impressive, with 45 out into Brownwood Junction and Sonora. So definitely a little bit of a light jacket's going to be needed, but you're not going to need it long, as temperatures are really going to be able to warm up significantly, getting more so into those 90s and 80s by the time we head into our afternoon, especially with those warmer overnight lows. That's going to become more apparent in the next couple days into the forecast, working with a little bit more of those 60s and 70s, but temperatures are really going to take it up a notch by the time we head into our Tuesday, because one of those warmer overnight lows, and two, high pressure is really going to start building into the forecast. We have a lot more peaks around the region to give us more of those triple-digit heat. With that comes with those record-breaking temperatures. Here's kind of what I'm looking at for Midland heading into Tuesday. Record is 102. It's not fully out of the picture. I had that us right now at 100, and I think on Wednesday could actually overperform, and we could actually be a touch warmer with how models are trying to trend, especially into San Angelo as well. I think San Angelo is possibly going to be one of the warmest across the table, getting a little bit more into those low hundreds, and especially on Wednesday it is going to be a tough battle, but I think we could at least get a little close to that 108, but I just don't think we are going to break it. And the same type of deal heading into Abilene. Wednesday I think could be a little bit of a close call, but for Tuesday I think we are almost guaranteed to break that record high. But definitely, if you have any travel plans, especially for graduation, it is rather going to be hot and breezy across the board. Not really going to be able to escape the heat across into Texas, especially as we head into tomorrow. That's going to be one of the warmest days, with Wednesday being potentially the warmest day out of the whole week. That's kind of what I'm leaning with, and with that will come with those breezy conditions, especially here locally across the region. Today is not going to be too bad when it comes to those breezy conditions. A little bit more of a light breeze make things feel rather nice, but as we start heading into tomorrow morning, we'll see winds slowly start to elevate, especially by the time we head into the afternoon, especially more so off into the west. That is where I expect it to be breeziest the most, especially slowly getting into the big country and Contra Valley, working around those gusts nearly up to 30 miles an hour. It is going to be a westerly wind, but as we even head into our Wednesday, it is also going to be rather breezy as well, but more of a kind of southwesterly wind into the forecast. So blowing dust could not be ruled out into the forecast, and the main reason is something what we call a pressure gradient. It's going to be from the difference of pressure from this low and this high that is going to bring windy conditions across the board for our region. 94 for that high today in Midland, 95 in Garden City, 93 out into Big Lake, working a little bit more of those 80s into the big country of Contra Valley, 89 in Stanford as well for your high today in San Angelo. We're going to be at 92, but look at tomorrow then. We're going to get back into that triple-digit heat. It is going to feel like summer, all right. I won't say summertime magic. This is not magical at all, but that cold front is going to try to bring in some magic, bring a little bit more of those cooler temperatures, but we can see it's not going to last too much longer as we head into the weekend, getting back into the mid-90s.